What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Shelty, the Snake Shelton. I gotta say it every single time. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Joe. The map is Marsh. This is a best of 7 for the best of the best tournament hosted by DoD Shelty for the winners finals. Winners finals comes first, then grand finals. The loser of this goes on to face the winner of whoever is in the losers bracket finals. You see how that makes sense? So the losers bracket has to go all the way up to face the culmination of whoever this is, whoever loses this one, and then whoever wins this one then faces the winner of that one. So we're a couple of games, a couple of series away from the conclusion of this tournament. It's been a really, really well fought tournament with very few admin wins, and those that are admin wins have been very sad because there's been some games we did not get to see, which would have been incredibly fun. But we are seeing Zeus against Ra in this one. Shelty switching it up away from his Thor into Zeus, and Joe going, you know what? I'm just going to play Ra and see how I do. His set did not work in that first game there against the Thor. And honestly, I think that Shelty's going to be kicking himself, not sticking with the Thor, getting Marsh. He does have 2 vetoes, so you can essentially guarantee yourself to get a decent map with your vetoes if that's something you can want to go for. Because I really don't feel like your vetoes should be used on map screws if you've got a good map, depending on how bad the screw is. But Zeus against Ra on Marsh, not the worst matchup at all for the Zeus player. Can definitely hit timings and beat the Ra, or even just take the game late game and win with Heliopolis Toxote as a pretty indestructible armor composition late game. Now, we've also got one of the better town center spawns here for Shelty, because the town centers are very far away from each other. That essentially means that Joe, if he wants to put a timing push in, he's not going to have the assistance of Mercenary to do so. He does have an incredible back town center, but his gold mines are not the best. He has a good gold mine over here, actually, if we check that one out. Right here, really good gold mine near this town center, so he could grab this one. However, he's got to be concerned about Athena preventing this, or like an Athena push onto this town center, and then a delayed gold starve over here. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. Let's check out the relics. I think we already have seen. We've got the Gaia's Book of Knowledge. We've got with the Heart's Folly. Both relics are not very good. Obviously, the Heart's Folly is the line of sight. We've also got for scouts, we've got the Blanket of Empress Zoe, which is building crush vulnerability, and we also have that's it. Did Joe pick up relics? Well, we have 4 relics. He did. What's this one? We've got Odin's Wand. So potentially we'll be seeing Joe go for Bast here. 2 monuments already up. Has the Odin's Wand, which means his Sphinx are going to be really, really cheap to upgrade. And he's going to be able to hit raids, which Shelty's not going to be able to defend against, because he's only got 2 heroes. He does have has a bolt to deal with the first one, but when they become massed, it becomes really difficult to deal with. So we'll see exactly what Joe's going to be going for here. Not going for a second town center, pretty much definitely here. We've got the Athena coming through, so maybe he feels like he can hit this town this gold mine here with the Athena. Maybe the Athena is just coming in so that he can get a second town center. How many villagers on wood? Lots of villagers on wood, lots of villagers on gold. This does indicate a second town center for Joe. I mean, for Shelty. Joe, on the other hand, is going for Bast. So an answer here, which a lesser known answer here against what Shelty potentially might do is Scarabs. We do see this Jason coming in, and we see almost trying to get the granary here. This is very dangerous for Shelty to be trying, because if he gets the ghost building, you can get a lot of damage done on that Jason. The village is just deciding better to just retreat back. He hasn't defended any of these towers just yet. There's the wall segments going up finally for Joe. The villager's getting back, and he's just going to sit on this sentry tower and try and take it down. There are water buffalo back here as well if he wants to grab them. 4 villagers on wood right now for Joe. He's going for very, very early upgrades onto the Sphinx. Wall's coming up. Do we see the military academy? We've got double military academy for Shelty. Odysseus coming forward. And there's the blast. The Sphinx coming out. And there's a random Minotaur hitting the villager here. The villager going to be able to safely get into this watchtower as the Sphinx comes in. Look at the damage the Sphinx does. There's the bolt, though, immediately. There's an extra Sphinx coming out in order to deal with this Minotaur. The Minotaur chasing the low HP villager away, but will be able to get that one into the town center. No villagers being built here right now for Joe. He's going for a second tower on this location. I'm a little bit confused as to what Joe's going for. Like, obviously, he needs to get to the heroic age here. But not building villages must have been a mistake. Not getting an armory up. And the Minotaur does go down. This tower will go down. He's not eating these water buffalo either, which are pretty good. He's going to move over and get the wall segments up. Because this tower is important. Now the hoplite's looking to come in. He's going to see the houses up on this location and go, oh, what have I done? And maybe he stops building hoplites and just goes for someone else. Because he's not going to be able to push into this. There's no way he gets in here. Now we see the villagers moving over onto these water buffalo. Happily going to be eating those. That's 800 food here. Still no armory though. So no one town, no heroic age coming in. We do see the Cryo Sphinx coming in, which only costs 120 wood. This is very, very nice for him. Where's the Sphinx at? Did he lose his Sphinx? No, he picked off the Kaloskopos. There's the armory now coming up. How much wood in the bank for Joe? 310 wood. We see a barracks coming up. Looks like this tower has been taken down. The Cryo Sphinx coming in. Going to be able to pick off a hoplite here. Shelty not paying attention there. Oops, speed walking the hoplite away, but does lose it. Unfortunately, there's the second town center for Shelty as he realizes no possibilities for the hoplite all in onto this location. Too many houses around here. And there's the armory. Almost finished. How much food in the bank for Joe? He's going to have enough to advance very soon. So it's going to be like a 9-minute heroic. Wonder if he goes Sekhmet here. Surely not. There's the Hierocos Sphinx. 160 wood. Nothing. Cheap as chips. Still not advancing. Very close. There's the town center for Shelty. The Sphinx going to be attempting to chase down these hoplites, which they now can. 6.36 speed. The hoplites have 4.7 speed, though, because they're Zeus hoplites. But it's not enough. Why did they move so fast? That's so speedy. Plus 12% hoplite speed. I always forget that they're a speedy set of buggers, aren't they, those hoplites? Anyways, we're seeing Hathor as the god of choice. It's got some axemen coming out, but in reality, the better play is to not get axemen at all and just go pure chariot archers. But we do see Shelty transitioning away from the hoplites into stables, attempting to defend against the raids. But look, these Sphinx can just mow down villagers. Look at him go. Just moving in. 3 hits a villager here. There's one down. The Odysseus can't even hit them. 6 track rating against the 6.36 speed. More than enough to dodge those arrows. Joe gets his town center. Question is, I mean, what's he do? Villagers are idle here. Ready to build a... He's getting his Migdol stronghold up. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. It sort of secures this gold mine, but the rock is out. Village is getting built nicely. Needs to throw down a market maybe in order to trade for food and in order to keep building villages. Maybe he casts rain just on the wood. That's a crazy idea. Now the Hierocos Sphinx coming, going to be hitting some of these villages. Joe or Shelty immediately retreating. Nice play. Not able to pick off any of them, but he has managed to keep them idle. Looking for a locust here. He's got the rock flying around. Well, actually not flying around, surprisingly. Given the amount of pressure the Sphinx have got. Villagers coming in onto this location. We still have a restoration here, but the Patsuchos is going to do a lot of damage. Some hoplite coming in. Those axemen getting sniped very, very fast. Villagers coming in onto this spot here. Do they have Skin of the Rhino? No Skin of the Rhino here. This is going to be a difficult thing for Joe to hold. He does have Eclipse though. So he may want to use that one. He does cast the Eclipse. Look at the speed of these guys. 7.42 coming back in. The Patsuchos sitting in the back, dealing the damage. Needs to get that Migdol Stronghold to target down the Odysseus. But not happening. Looks like the Patsuchos getting picked up, dropping back over here. The Rock, or the Sphinx coming in, hitting these units. Look at the damage. They do die when they start attacking though from that Odysseus. Still trying to build more of these chariot archers out. And they're just doing so much damage here. Does he keep building more? No. He's not building more. And now Shelty has to retreat back. And we've got some chariot archers out now for Joe in order to pick off these guys. The Sphinx has fallen, but the damage has been dealt from that Sphinx. And Joe is happily going to be able to move over onto this gold mine. Maybe the best thing to do for him would be... Well, he's moving forward onto these boards, but maybe the best thing to do would be to grab this town center if he can. He doesn't have the gold. Look at Shelty's food. What has he done? He's overdone it on the food here, it looks like. Not enough gold to produce all of these Hippocon. Does he have medium Hippocon coming forward? Not just yet. Chariot archers for Joe coming in onto this location, trying to push forward here and pick off some of these villages here. Now we see Shelty returning back onto this location as the chariot archers are looking for some villager kills. They have managed to find that. The locust swarm coming down, picking off so many villagers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 villagers picked off here by Joe with that locust. Some might say that is a good locust usage there. Finally, not just randomly using it. Did have some army there to help pick off some more units. But now, Shelty going after this Migdol stronghold. He sees his opportunity to take this one down. The villagers retreating back. The army onto this one. How many hoplites? Only got 2 hoplite here. There's not that many. Do we have crenellations? No crenellations in for Joe. The Pharaoh trying to dart in and out of this Migdol stronghold as the pressure's coming in. The chariot archers returning back into this location here to take down these units. The towers helping out quite a lot. Meanwhile, this Migdol stronghold doing a lot of damage as well. Can Joe hold on? His villagers finished in that home gold mine. No market up for Joe at this point. He can sneak over onto this gold mine, though I'm not sure if he knows it's there or not. How much gold in the bank? But Joe has got 638 gold in the bank here. But 75 population to Shelty's 100 population here. The villagers taking down some of these Hippocon, still pumping some more units out. We see the market coming down for Joe, and he has pressured Shelty away. Now Shelty, has pressure. Now Joe can grab this gold mine and be in a perfectly decent spot to continue. Problem for Joe is he's not producing villagers, and Shelty is. Shelty is getting slowly but surely further in front on the economy here. But Joe still has access to rain. So if he can get that up, he should be okay. He has snuck his villagers over here onto these boar. Nobody thinks about doing this. Normally people just go for their sneaks for gold mines, but going for the boars here and leaving the rock overhead in order to retreat if any raids come in. Very smart. Meanwhile, more chariot archers coming in order to try and take down these Toxotes. Bit of a mistake to build Toxotes, to be honest, at this point. He should have just gone for just stables and gone pure cavalry. Just because the Toxotes just die so quickly to the chariot archers. And the chariot archers can just move in and snipe units here. Look at the Jason getting sniped as well as he's retreating away. Starting to see some more villages getting built. As Joe he needs to get more raids in. Like he had the locust. When he sees the rock going to be spotting those villagers over there, we see Joe immediately making a beeline for that location. I don't know if Shelty would have spotted the rock seeing these villagers here. Now Shelty moving in with his army as well. Joe coming in with his chariot archers, but he's too little too late, or Shelty too little too late, as a lot more villagers are going to find their demise here. Do we see Heroic Age? We do have Dionysus coming in for Shelty. The villagers are falling. 3 villager kills, 4 villager kills coming in, and there's not the army here to chase the chariot archers away. In fact, maybe Joe can fight this. Well, he's going to actually bring the army straight in to this location where the villagers are happily gathering from. Oh, and they retreat back. Now Joe can just sit here. Now Joe gets his third town center. But Dionysus is on the way, so 2 town center semi-fast Hephaestus here through Dionysus may be an option for Shelty here. How much resource in the bank? Lots of resources. Throw the market down. Go Hephaestus, then get this town center. That is the order here. A nice micro here from Joe, pulling Shelty in yet again. The villagers do make a break for it through the rock. He can now eat these boar. Still no farms for Joe, and Shelty's farming here. So he's trying to get something out of this, and we're seeing Hera. He's seeing Hera. Hera's going to pick off a lot of chariot archers, no doubt. But what is the point if you don't have anything else? Maybe instant fortress here instead of the 3rd town center, and then push in with bronze, lightning storm, and then the follow-up after that is Heliopoli. Shelty doesn't have the wood though. He's building farms. Don't build the... I don't know what's happening here. I can't predict it. But obviously Shelty's baiting the chariot archers out. How far until Hera is up? 55%. He cannot be taking this one. We see the cavalry juking the Toxotes here. Nice play. The Patsuchos doing so much damage. For some reason, Shelty going to be taking this fight. He casts bronze, pushing Joe back here. In fact, I'm not even sure that Joe should run. I'm pretty sure his army wins here, but he's going to sit back here. He's got this rock that he can maybe pick up units for, but I think he's got to be careful about that one. The chariot archers cannot garrison inside of the town center, so lightning storm is going to be absolutely detrimental. We see the villagers coming over here to take down the heavy chariots, and we still don't see a fortress for Shelty, so not moving into the Heliopoli to follow this up. There's the rain. There's no farm, so just delaying the lightning storm even longer. Nice play from Joe. And it's not like the rain gives him nothing. Look at these villagers. These villagers are working overtime now. Look at that. Wait. Does he have bowsaw? No, he doesn't. Thought he had bowsaw. Now we've got a Medusa coming in. Oh, you got to use the Medusa on the Patsuchos. No, the Patsuchos coming back. They're going to like one-hit this Medusa as well. Shelty not microing it. This is such an important unit. Do we have a Bellerophon coming? We do have a single Bellerophon coming. The chariots have finally been stopped here. The rain just about to finish. But, I mean, Shelty did get a lot of value out of this. Forcing the rain. Look at the food. Does he have some heavy infantry? Heavy infantry coming in. Going to help out a lot. 6 Patsuchos here for Joe. 6 Patsuchos, but a 1 Bellerophon will come out at some point. The town center going up. We see yet again more raids coming in for Joe. Searching around, we see the raid coming in. There's the lightning storm hitting these units, but it's going to jump straight into the town center. But maybe it doesn't matter because look at the damage onto these villagers here as they are just getting completely decimated by this lightning storm. But most of the chariot archers stay alive here as they jump into that Migdol stronghold and then jump back out. Population for Joe still pretty high. 136 of 160 here. Do we see an Osiris? No Osiris, as Joe's food economy is pretty much non-existent. The Bellerophon going to be chasing these chariots around. He's got 6 speed, so we can catch up to them. But he probably should be chasing those around with Hippocon, not the Bellerophon, and have the Bellerophon here to pick off the Patsuchos. Oh, 1 Myrmidon gets sniped. 2 Myrmidon get sniped. The value these Patsuchos are getting Joe right now. As he's like struggling to produce anything. He's moving forward onto these boar. Well, no, he's not. He's getting mining camp. He's doing the classic. If we check this out. Oh, he's not. What? I thought he'd just be buying food. He's got 3 farms. Not buying food. There you go. Hippocon's chasing in here. Losing a couple of chariot archers to pick us off a couple of gold villagers. Still Shelty, no fortress. How many times do I have to say the biggest advantage to Zeus's late game is or Zeus's heroic age, is Heliopoli. Build some. Bellerophon comes in, going to snipe these Patsuchos, doing very, very nicely. Look at this damage. The Patsuchos are normally really, really good. And against the other Greek gods, Hades and Poseidon, Patsuchos don't fall. Well, maybe Poseidon can deal with them a bit earlier with Atlanta, but when Bellerophon comes in, these Patsuchos just fall so devastatingly quickly. Chariot Archers revisiting these gold villages. Maybe it's time for Shelty to... Oh, look at this damage they do. You can just take those down before they start attacking. We are seeing an attempted surround here by Shelty, but he's not going to be able to manage to get it as he has to attack them as they're retreating away. Going to get a lot of kills though, but does dodge the Bellerophon jump there. Yet again, another raid onto this gold mine. Shelty just chilling on this gold for the rest of this game, it looks like. Looks like he's maybe moving over here. Now we have a fortress coming through for Shelty. That is absolutely huge. And Joe, I don't know if he bought his way to the heroic age, the mythic age, or what here. Let me just check. He definitely bought his way to the mythic age. Now he's going to Osiris. He's got a random Hydra in here. I think this is his free Hydra. Picking off these Chariot Archers as Shelty is seeing his option, his chance now to go for the jugular. This town center is not going to be able to go down, but with the fortress up, with some Heliopolis getting built out here, what does Joe do to defend against them? And I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, we don't have a bolt. I used the bolt on a Sphinx. I tell a lie. Anyways, now the villager's coming over here. He's going to see the fortress. He may actually go to just villager rush the fortress. No, he can't. The fortress holds. He's got Myrmidon. Joe has no gold mines. Where does Joe go for gold? There's no more gold for Joe. Shelty is now getting Heliopolis out. Osiris is about to pop. Joe's got 118 supply. He can sell food, but not gold. And there's the Osiris. We'll see if that's going to help out at all. But Bellerophon really puts a stop to the Son of Osiris. Even though he's only at 79 HP, one jump does so much damage onto him. And we see a siege works as it's looking like, well, the 99% of the Heliopolis. He needs to get that one out as soon as he possibly can. Still no upgrades for Shelty. Well, he has some. He's got heavy Myrmidon, I guess. Now the Mummy and the Patsuchos doing a lot of damage. Idle military here for Shelty. Needs to get those ones doing some stuff. We see the villagers have stuck over here, but the villager fight has ensued. We do have Skin of the Rhino, but these villagers all die. And now we see yet again another raid onto this gold mine. The Son of Osiris has been caught out here. Heliopolis needs to target onto it. Oh, unfortunately, missing the Son of Osiris there. We get a surround. Box formation. We get a surround. The Son of Osiris goes down. Joe loses his Son of Osiris. 1 HP. Dead. 2 Heliopoli. Joe taps out. GG. Shelty playing out of his mind right now in order to take down Joe's Ra. Has managed to win this one with Zeus here. Incredible play. The Hera enough to keep himself too far in front. Joe was getting super value from his myth units, but because he didn't have food income for so long, his civilian unit count just did not get up. And you can see this here. Look at the civilian count, 58 to 45. Here, 55 to 67. And only in the 18th minute mark did the villager count come up for Joe. And if we look at the resource total, it's just so heavily in the favor of Shelty for the entire game that Joe just could not come back here at any point. And just Shelty managed to wait it out and finally take out Joe's Ra in this game. 23 minutes here. Well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.